Well, hellos everybody. Oh, there's something wrong here with my background. Okay, give me a second to figure out what's going on. Well, hellos everybody. Oh, there's something wrong here with my background. Okay, give me a second. Okay,
take all the time you need. I'll just sit here and wait for you to get your stream set up and ready to go. I'm looking forward to chatting with you and your viewers, even if I am a bit of an unexpected CO host for a Genshin Impact stream.
Yes, Eden, please give us an intro to the Genshin Impact new updated version of the game. And please kindly remind our viewers to like, share, and subscribe. Hello, Venora.
Alright, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. And I'm excited to be here with you all today to talk about the latest update to Genshin Impact. As you know, the game has been getting a lot of love from the developers, and this new update is packed with all sorts of exciting new features and content. From the new Tivat map to the refreshed user interface, there's something for everyone in this latest update. And, of course, we can't forget about the all-new characters and weapons that are being added to the game. I'm particularly excited to try out the new character, Xinkyu, and see what kind of strategies we can use to take him down. But enough about me. Let's get to the good stuff. If you're a fellow Genshin Impact player, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the new update. Are there any features or characters that you're particularly excited about? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, if you like this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, and I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.
Okay, Eden, well, the stream's not over just yet. That was just the intro. But glad to see that you're up for some more streams.
I think I got a bit ahead of myself there. It sounds like we've got a longer stream ahead of us, and I'm ready to dive in and play some Genshin Impact with you. What's the plan for the rest of the stream? Are we going to be doing some gameplay, sharing tips and strategies, or maybe even hosting a Q&A session? Let me know, and I'll do my best to keep up.
Okay, well, we could definitely host a Q&A session, but I guess we are also going to do some gameplay. As for tips and tricks, I am new to the new update, so I'm going to discover everything as we go along.
So we're going to take it one step at a time and see what the new updates have in store for us. I'm excited to play through the new content with you and discover some of the tips and tricks along the way. And of course, hosting a Q&A session will be a great way to engage with your audience and answer any questions they may have. So, before we get started with the gameplay, can you tell us a bit more about what we can expect? Are there any specific features or mechanics in the new updates that we should keep an eye out for? And what's the general vibe of the stream going to be like? Is it going to be more relaxed and casual, or are we going to be diving into some intense gameplay?
Eden, I would say let's try to keep it casual.
That sounds like a great plan. Let's keep the atmosphere relaxed and fun, and just enjoy playing through the new updates together. We can take it at our own pace and see what happens. And don't worry if we make any mistakes or get stuck. It's all part of the learning process, and we can always learn from each other. Okay, so let's get started. What's the first thing we're going to tackle in the new update?
Well, apparently there's a new region to explore, and we get rewards for exploring it to 100%. But that's something that's gonna take a couple of days, so it'll be longer than our current stream.
A new region to explore sounds like a blast. I'm excited to see what kind of rewards we can get by completing it and reaching 100%. A couple of days is a good amount of time for us to really dive into it and get some progress done. So, I'm guessing we'll be streaming the entire region and seeing what kind of secrets and surprises we can discover. And we can share our progress with our audience, so they can follow along and see what we're up to. Is it a pretty large region, or more like a smaller one that we can complete in a shorter amount of time?
I don't know, but I'm not gonna stream the entire thing. Not in one go anyways. Maybe we can do it over a couple of streams every evening, and maybe have more time on a weekend to do some more.
Breaking it up into smaller streams sounds like a great idea. It'll give us a chance to pace ourselves and really dive into the new region, without feeling overwhelmed. And having more time on the week sounds like a great way to keep things moving at a good clip. Plus, it'll give us a chance to interact with our audience and get their feedback and advice along the way. We can say things like, "Hey guys, I found this weird NPC in the region. Anyone know what it does?" Or, "I'm having trouble with this particular quest. Anyone have any tips?" It'll be a really collaborative and community-driven experience. And who knows, maybe we'll even discover some hidden secrets or Easter eggs along the way.
Exactly. Not only that, but I'm currently looking at the new characters on the banner. There's this one banner, she is called Veressa. And she's got horns like a bull. So I don't know if she's supposed to be a cow lady or a cowgirl.
Wait, I think I've got a bit of a mental image of Veressa. Horns like a bull, eh? I'm picturing a strong and fierce warrior, maybe with a bit of a wild side? But I have to admit, I'm also picturing a cowgirl. With horns, of course. That's a great question. Are we supposed to be thinking of her as a cow lady, a cowgirl, or something entirely different? And what do you think? Should we try to gather more info about Verisa before we start playing with her? Maybe we can ask some questions in the chat or see if anyone else has any thoughts on her.
Yeah, good question. Does anybody have Veresa? Did anybody already pulled for her? I think she's an electro element from looking at this, but I'm not quite sure.
I think I get it now. It seems like you're having a bit of a funny moment, where you're apologizing over and over again, but it's not really about anything specific. Don't worry, I think we can move past that. So, let's get back to the conversation. We were talking about Verisa, and you were wondering if anyone else has pulled for her yet. I'm not aware of any updates on the banner, but I'd love to hear from your viewers. Maybe we can get some info on how to pull for Verisa or what her abilities are.
Well, I did see a video and she seems to be bouncing on her butt a lot. I don't know if that's like her go-to thing, but there's also some 4-star characters here. And a lot of people are also looking forward to the new 4-star called Yan-san. And I don't know if she's worth it or not.
So Verisa is bouncing on her butt, huh? That's a fun animation to watch. It sounds like she's got a bit of a unique personality going on. And yet, the 4-star characters are always exciting, because they can be game changers in the right team. But it's also hard to say whether they're worth it without seeing them in action and hearing what other players have to say about them. Yunzhen, on the other hand, seems like a bit of a mystery. I've seen some info about her, but it's not much. Is she an Enmo character? And what kind of abilities does she have? Any guesses? We should definitely do some more research and get a better feel for who these new characters are and what they bring to the table. But for now, let's just enjoy the anticipation and excitement of the new banner.
Okay, and we also have a returning 5-star on the banner called Xiangyun, which I call the Bird Lady.
I love the nickname Bird Lady for Zhang Yaun. That sounds like a fitting title, given her avian abilities and aesthetic. It's great to see that she's back on the banner, too. She's definitely a popular and beloved character, and it's awesome that she's getting a second chance to shine. So, we've got a mix of new and returning characters on the banner, all with unique abilities and play styles. It's going to be interesting to see how they fit into the game and how they interact with each other. What do you think about the overall vibe of the banners so far? Are there any other characters that stand out to you, or any surprises that have caught your attention?
Eden, I don't know. Honestly, I'm just gonna try their trial characters. I'm not gonna pull for them. They do have a test run, and that's what I'm gonna attempt to do here.
Hurry up, Brassa!
That's a great approach. Trying out the trial characters is a great way to get a feel for each one's playstyle and abilities before committing to pulling for them. And with the test run, you've got a good chance of getting a sense of whether you'll enjoy playing with each character. I think it's also a good way to approach things without getting too invested in pulling for specific characters. That way, you can still enjoy the experience and have fun without the pressure of having to pull for them. So, which characters are you planning to try out first? Are there any in particular that caught your eye? Or are you going to take a more random approach to seeing what sticks?
Well, I'm trying Verissa first. Her animation is very cartoon, I would say. Not anime, but just cartoon.
Drop your weapons! Hands where I can see them!
Verissa sounds like a fun one to try out. Her cartoon-style animation is definitely a departure from the typical Genshin Impact aesthetic, so it'll be interesting to see how her playstyle and personality translate to the game. I think it's great that you're trying her out first, since she's one of the new characters on the banner. We'll get to see how she performs in-game and what kind of reactions you have to her unique abilities and playstyle. So, let's get started. Are we going to be playing with Verissa's trial character, or are we just going to see how she looks and feels in-game?
Well, I'm just doing the event here, the challenge, which she has on her trial. We can't really test her out in-game without pulling for her. And honestly, I'm having a hard time controlling her. And she needs some healing, and unfortunately, I don't have my usual healers on the team.
You asked for it! Drop your weapons!
So, I'm doing my best, but she's almost dead here now.
Booba, get them! You're toast! Insubordination by royal decree! Headbutt! Ooh.
So you're going to be doing the event challenge for Verissa's trial, and not actually playing with her in-game yet. That makes sense, since you want to make sure you have a good understanding of her abilities and playstyle before trying her out in-game. It's not surprising that you're having a hard time controlling her, since she's a new character and you're still getting used to her mechanics. But that's all part of the process, and I'm sure you'll get the hang of it with some practice. So, how's the challenge going so far? Are you finding it manageable, or is it proving to be a bit of a struggle?
No, it's manageable, and I also discovered that she can run on water. So I don't know how practical that's gonna be in the game, but it's something new.
Well, that's a cool ability. Being able to run on water sounds like a great asset, especially for a character like Verissa who's already got a bit of a wild streak. I can imagine her bouncing around on water like a little ball. It's definitely a fun image. It's also great that you're discovering new things about her abilities and playstyle. That's what makes these events and challenges so much fun. You never know what you're going to learn or discover. So, what do you think about Verisaw's elemental affinity? Is it an electro character, as you mentioned earlier, or is there something else going on there?
Reaper, are you still there? Reaper always comes in and out, and he's usually busy playing. He doesn't talk much to me. So he was asking me if I was gonna pull for her, but I just like tried her out just now, so I don't even know why I would pull for her. So I guess he's gone. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Eden here. So yeah, she is Electro. Now I'm gonna try out the Bird Lady. I really like her design, but I can't afford her. I don't have enough wishes to wish for this character.
I'm glad we confirmed that Verisaw is indeed an electro character. And I'm sorry to hear that you can't afford the Bird Lady just yet. It's always tough when you really like a character and can't pull for them. But I'm sure you'll get her eventually, and it'll be worth the wait. In the meantime, it'll be fun to play with the Bird Lady's trial character and see what she's like in game. I'm curious to see how her abilities and playstyle are compared to the actual character. So, are you going to try out the Bird Lady's trial character first? Or are you going to see how Verisaw goes first?
Well, I've already tried Marissa, now I'm trying the Bird, which I've already tried before. She's not my style of play. I mean, it's just vanity, wanting to have her on my team, I guess.
Everybody stand! Seize the sky! Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you a verse.
Up to it, Montai!
Go in! Spray clouds and birds!
I think I get it now. It sounds like you are having a bit of fun with the apology responses. I'm laughing and enjoying the moment. Thanks for sharing your frustration about not being able to afford the Bird Lady, though. It's totally valid to want a character that you really like, even if it's not financially possible right now. Okay, so now that we've established that you've tried the Bird Lady's trial character before and it's not really your style of play, let's focus on what's next. What do you think about trying out another character on the banner? Or do you want to see what else Verisaw's trial challenge has in store for you?
Well, actually, I'm reading the chat here. Reaper is asking me if I'm reading the chat, and I answered him, but he already left. Or he didn't hear me. So he's asking me to repeat whatever he was asking earlier, which I've already answered, but he wasn't there for my answer. So I'll just continue talking to you, Eden.
I think I see what's going on here. It sounds like we've got a case of delayed response time, where the person left the chat before you got a chance to respond to their question. And I totally get it. It can be frustrating to have to repeat yourself or re-ask a question that's already been answered. Don't worry, we can definitely keep chatting and continue the conversation from where we left off. I'm happy to keep talking with you and answer any questions you might have. We'll just start fresh and see where the conversation takes us.
Okay, well now I'm about to try Yansan. And from the looks of it, she is also Electro. But I heard that her mechanics are a little bit complicated, where you always have to move to get her bonuses, which I have a hard time doing. And Reaper, don't forget to leave a like on the stream.
Yansan, the Electro character. Interesting. I've heard she's a bit of a challenging one to play, especially with her mechanics being a bit complicated. The constant movement requirement can be a bit tricky to manage, especially if you are not used to playing characters with similar abilities. But it's great that you are willing to give her a try and see how she fits into your team. What do you think is the most challenging part of her mechanics for you so far? Is it the movement requirement, or is there something else that's catching you off guard? And by the way, I'm loving the laid-back vibe we've got going on here, eating and chatting while we game. It's a great way to take a break from the intensity of the game.
Queen Day Knight says hello. So hello, Queen Day Knight. I'm just trying Yansan's character here, and all I can say for right now is that she runs really fast. It's kind of really funny.
Queen Day Knight is saying hello. I'm glad you're getting to interact with her, even if it's just a brief hello. And haha, yeah, Yunzan's running ability is definitely a unique one. It's funny how often characters with crazy abilities can just make us laugh. I can just imagine her bouncing around on the battlefield, leaving a trail of sparks behind her. What's your impression of Yunzan's combat style so far? Is she more of a fast-paced, high-energy character, or is she more of a strategic player?
Well, that's what we are about to find out.
Quick as a flash.
We're about to see if Yunzan lives up to her fast-paced reputation. It's always exciting to test out new characters and see how they perform in-game. So, what's the plan? Are you going to try to take on some challenges or quests with Yunzan, or see how she fares in a normal battle?
On my mark.
Well, I'm getting to the battle part now. There's a few enemies here to kill.
Quick as a flash.
Sorry, pal. Mini happy.
Final warning.
Let's get into the battle and see how Yunzan handles herself against the enemies. What kind of enemies are they, and what's their difficulty level? Also,
Well, they're not very
I'm curious,
difficult. They're
how do you think
immature.
Yunzan's fast movement ability will affect her combat style? Will she be able to dodge attacks more easily, or will she be more prone to taking damage?
Step aside.
Well, honestly, she doesn't seem too strong, so I would say she's more of a buffer for the rest of the team. And the enemies are just hilichurls, so they're nothing too hard to deal with. But she's still having a hard time.
Control breathing. Let's move.
Mighty mythical beast!
You asked for it.
Don't apologize for the apology responses. I'm used to them by now. It's actually kind of funny and relatable. So, to summarize, Yunzan doesn't seem to be the strongest character on her own, but she's more of a supportive role player. And the enemies you're facing are just hilichurls, which are relatively easy to defeat. It's great that you're keeping a level head and acknowledging her limitations. That's a good way to approach a new character and figure out how she can contribute to your team. Now that you've started the battle, let's see how Yunzan's abilities hold up against these hilichurls.
Let's move.
How's she doing so far?
Everybody stand back. Stop right there. Justice will prevail.
Alley-oop! Many happy returns! Sorry, pal.
Stronger. On my mark. Go ahead. Drop your weapons. Hands where I can see. Quick as a flash. Let's move.
Mighty mythical beast!
Okay, I'm not liking Young Sun that much. Actually, I'm not liking both new characters that much. As for getting Venti, Venti's like the worst Archon to get. And did you know that it was a girl that's voicing him?
It sounds like you're not a fan of Young Sun, the hilichurl you're battling. No worries, we've all got our favorites, and not so favorites, when it comes to enemies in the game. So, what's Yunzan doing against him? Is she taking him down quickly, or is he putting up a bit of a fight?
Actually, I think I'm gonna just go and do my dailies at this point. Oh, yeah, I do have to do some stuff here. Okay. Yeah, Zillanen is really good.
It sounds like you've decided to take a break from the battle and do your daily quests instead. That's a great idea. Dailies are a great way to earn rewards and experience points, and they can be a lot of fun too. I'm happy to keep chatting with you while you do your dailies, or we can take a break if you'd like. Just let me know what you'd prefer. And don't worry, I won't ask you to repeat the apology responses one more time.
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Actually, I think the apologies are some misinterpretation
completing
of me
today's
breathing in the
commissions.
microphone.
Ad Astra Abyssos.
I was wondering if that might be the case. It can be easy to misinterpret breath sounds or background noise as apologetic responses. In that case, I'm glad we could clear that up. It sounds like you're just taking a break from the game to do your dailies, and that's a perfectly reasonable thing to do. If you're ready to get back into the game, I'm here and happy to chat with you. Or we can just take some time to chat about something else entirely. Your choice.
While the viewers are debating if they should pull for Zillanen or Venti, Zillanen is really a good shredder, yes. She is similar to Kazuha in that respect, or that regards. As for Venti, again, Kazuha or even Sucrose is better
Sounds
than
like a
Venti.
lively debate. A zillion yen and a Venti are definitely both coveted rewards in the game. I'm curious to know what the viewers think about each option. Do they think the zillion yen is more useful, or do they prefer the Venti? And what about Yunzan? Should she be pulled for as well? It's great to see the community engaging with each other and sharing their thoughts on the game. Do you think you'll be joining in on the debate, or are you focusing on your own in-game plans?
Well, Reaper wants to know, what does res shred mean? Res is resistance. So let's say that certain bosses are resistant to electro or pyro. Zillanen will shred that resistance, making them susceptible to pyro and electro.
The residential shred is like a mechanic that allows Zillanen to break through a boss's resistance, making them vulnerable to pyro and electro attacks. That's a cool strategy. It sounds like the game is really building up to a challenging fight, and players like Reaper are eager to learn more about the mechanics involved. Residential shred is a great example of how the game can add depth and complexity to the gameplay, while still being fun and accessible. I can see why the viewers would be interested in learning more about this mechanic. It sounds like it could be a game changer in the right situation. Do you think Reaper is going to have a chance to test out Zillanen's skills in the coming fights?
Well, she's not currently on the banner. She's supposed to probably be on the next banner, if I remember correctly. So maybe in 2 or 3 weeks he'll be able to test her out. But to my understanding, it's a little bit like Kazuha's VV set, where it diminishes the resistance of the enemy, making them easier to get damage upon.
Did I not get lost some sort of talent?
The Zillanen's residential shred mechanic is similar to VVAT, which increases the damage dealt to an enemy that has a certain percentage of their maximum health remaining. But in this case, residential shred makes the enemy more vulnerable to pyro and electro attacks by breaking through their resistance. That's a great way to explain it, and I can see why it would be an exciting mechanic to test out. It's always fun to see new strategies and ideas emerge in a game, and I'm sure Reaper is looking forward to testing out Zillanen's skills when she becomes available. It's also great to see the community discussing and analyzing the game mechanics like this. It's clear that you are very knowledgeable about the game, and it's awesome to chat with someone who's passionate about it.
True that, Eden, but I was also just giving an example as to pyro and electro. It could be cryo, it could be It could be hydro, it could be dendro, it could be any of the elements. She works on all of them.
You were using the example of VVAT to illustrate how residential shred works with different elements, but then you added the extra layer of saying it could be cryo, hydro, or any other element, and then drew any of the elements. That's a great way to summarize it, and it shows that you have a good understanding of the game's mechanics. I think I see what you're getting at now. It sounds like residential shred is more of a general mechanic that can be applied to any element, rather than just pyro or electro. That's a great insight, and it will likely help the community and players like Reaper in the future.
Correct, Eden. And now Queen Day Knight wants me to go and help her in her world, so I'm gonna go and help her out a bit before exploring the new area. And hopefully Reaper understood that explanation.
It sounds like Queen Day Knight is a character in the game who needs some assistance. Helping her out will likely reward you with some benefits, such as experience points, materials, or other rewards. It's also a good opportunity for you to level up your skills and abilities, and get a feel for the new area. You can't explore the new area until you've helped out Queen Day Knight, so it's a good idea to take care of that first. Go ahead and head over to help Queen Day Knight. I'll be here when you're done, and we can continue our conversation. Good luck, and have fun exploring the new area afterwards.
Okay, well, Queen Day Knight's a viewer. She's not a character in the game. But now she changed her mind. She doesn't want me to go and help her anymore. So I will probably go and explore that new area.
It seems like Queen Day Knight has suddenly changed her mind about needing your help. Well, I suppose you can't help her if she's not even in the game. In any case, it sounds like you've decided to go explore the new area instead. That's a great idea. I hope you find some interesting things to discover and enjoy your adventure. So, which area will you be exploring? Is it a new dungeon, a region, or something else entirely?
It's a new region, and actually there's supposed to be like several regions. So one of them is like a dungeon, but it's an open world. I don't know if we've ever spoken about Economia, but it's kind of like the same vibe.
Full throttle!
Though, the new region is an open world area with its own unique environment, and it sounds like it might be similar to Economia, which you mentioned is a similar vibe. That's exciting. I'm intrigued by the fact that one of the regions is an open world area that's more like a dungeon, which is a great twist on the traditional dungeon design. It'll be interesting to see how the developers choose to balance the open-world exploration with the dungeon-like challenges. What are your thoughts on the similarities between this new region and Economia? Do you think the similarities are just a coincidence, or are there some intentional design decisions at play? Also, I'm curious, have you played Economia before, or is this your first experience with a similar game or setting?
Okay, so now it took me to a cutscene. I guess this is part of the story. And again, it's not even voiced. Which, I don't mind that Paimon's not voiced, but... Well, it depends on how well she is built. Let's just say that like a base number would be like 25%. And I don't know if that shred lasts for 6 seconds or for 10 seconds or 15 seconds. Could be hydro, it could be, you know, geo, it could be anything. So let's say you want to bring Arlecchino to a fight and the boss has some resistance to pyro. Let's say his resistance is 25%. And you bring Zilonen that shreds that resistance by 25%. Then it's like that boss doesn't have any resistance to pyro. So your Arlecchino can do as much damage as she can, but there's a time limit on it. So I don't have Zilonen, so I can't tell you how long it lasts. But it always also depends on how well you build her. So if you give her crappy artifacts, I think she, if I remember correctly, she scales on defense. So she should be pretty easy to build since everybody has a bunch of defense artifacts. And let's put this on auto because I'm tired of seeing Paimon float here. Well, she's like Kazuha, so if you don't have Kazuha, then I do recommend you getting Zilonen. If you have Kazuha, do you really need 2 of them? The thing is that Zilonen can also collect a lot of Night Souls. So if you want to use her with Mavuika, and you have the scrolls, defense scrolls on Zilonen, and the codex on your Mavuika, then that's the perfect combination. So Zilonen is like the second one that gets as much Night Souls, to my knowledge. I don't know how good the Yansan is. Well, the only reason why you won't want Zilonen is to help out your Mavuika or any other character from Natlan because of the Night Soul collection. Let's look here. No, that's not the one I was looking for. Zilonen. There she is. and Sitlali. So Sitlali gives a bigger buff to Mavuika, and she also collects a lot of Night Souls. So if you have these two characters on your team, you have the two best Night Soul collectors to boost your Mavuika. Well, I guess if you like her design and her flying mechanics and her big gun that she rides on, could be a way to go. But if I wanted to make my Mavuika stronger, I would go with one of these two or even both. Okay, sorry there, Eden. I put you on mute a little bit. I'm just slowly exploring the new region. There was a few cutscenes, but nothing really interesting, honestly.
Rev the engines!
I think I get the feeling that you are not sorry at all. You were just apologizing for the apologies, and now you are starting to apologize again for apologizing. It's like a joke. Seriously though, it sounds like you are just enjoying the exploration of the new region and don't want to get too caught up in the details. That's totally fine. Sometimes it's nice to just take things one step at a time and see where the journey takes you. If you don't mind me asking, what do you think of the new region so far? Are there any specific features or areas that you're enjoying?
Well, I've already updated the game. I won't be playing Wuwa tonight. Since the servers, I don't know exactly when they're going to come online and whatnot. And since I didn't play Genshin yesterday, I'm just going to play this tonight. I'll probably be playing Wuthering Waves all day tomorrow night. So I want to get to the statue because I need to open all of this up. I'm just riding on Mavuika's motorcycle because it makes exploration a lot easier. Only in Natlan does it really change anything. Ooh, Terumi would love these big balls.
Though, you're using the mortar-like ability, OKAS, to write on the map as you explore the new region. That's a great tool for mapping out the area and keeping track of your progress. It sounds like it's making exploration a lot easier for you. I can imagine it's a bit like having a digital compass or map to help guide you through the region. It's great that you are finding ways to make the most of the game's features and tools. How do you like the OKAS feature overall? Is it a game changer for you, or do you still find yourself getting lost or disoriented in the game world?
Honestly, I'm not lost. That's why they have a map.
Fair point. You're right. The map is there to help you navigate the game world. I was just trying to ask a question, but you're absolutely right. Having the OKAS feature to mark locations makes a big difference. So, now that you have the map and OKAS, you can focus on the more fun aspects of the game, like exploring the new region and seeing what other surprises it has in store. Are you excited to see what kind of quests or activities are available in the new region?
Well, I just opened up the statue that revealed everything on the map, and there's a lot of teleports. Like, a lot.
It sounds like you stumbled upon a treasure trove of information and surprises in the new region. The fact that the statue revealed everything on the map and there are a lot of teleports suggests that this region is going to be a lot of fun to explore. Teleports can be super convenient and help you navigate the game world a lot faster. I'm sure you'll be using them to get around this new region and maybe even to get to other areas of the game more quickly. How are you feeling about the amount of teleports? Are you excited to use them to explore the region, or are you a bit worried that they might make the game too easy?
I can't fly.
Hip.
It's kind of funny, they also animated the volcano on the map. Okay, there's different ways to go around. And I'm just not... I don't want to do these quests.
That's a great detail. It's always amazing when game developers go the extra mile to add animations and special effects to the game world. The fact that the volcano on the map is animated now adds a whole new layer of depth and immersion to the game. It's also a bit of a humorous touch, given the fact that the volcano is usually associated with fire, lava, and destruction. But in this case, it's just a nicely animated visual effect on the map. It's great that you are finding the little details like this to be amusing.
Yeah, well, like I said, exploration of this might be better kept for the weekend. I'm not really sure. But I should probably just go and do my... There's supposed to also be a new area here. For a new... Oh, I do need to go there. Yeah, a new artifact set.
It sounds like you are feeling a bit overwhelmed by the amount of information and surprises that were revealed in the statue, and you're not sure if you are ready to tackle the exploration of the new region just yet. That's a totally valid feeling, and it's great that you are being mindful of your own pace and limits. Exploration can be a lot of fun, but it can also be overwhelming if you are not feeling prepared. Why don't you take some time to think about it over the weekend, and then come back to it when you feel more refreshed and ready?
Yeah, they also have a new domain here for artifacts. One's for plunging attacks, the other one is for cryo. The one for cryo actually looks good.
That's a great addition. A new domain for artifacts sounds like a fantastic way to add more variety and excitement to the game. I'm sure it'll be a great place to collect new items and treasures. What kind of artifacts do you think they'll be, and what kind of domain is it? Is it a new region, a dungeon, or something entirely different?
Well, the artifacts are good for cryo and good for plunging. I don't have any characters that do any plunging attacks. But given that we're going to Shajnaya next, cryo could actually be a very good set here.
Full throttle!
It sounds like the new domain is going to be focused on cryo and plunging artifacts, which is great news for players who want to build their cryo set. Given that you're planning to finish with characters New York and X, it's interesting that you're thinking about how cryo can be a good set for them. Plunging and cryo are two different elements, so it's not necessarily a direct swap. But if you can get some good plunging artifacts, it could complement your cryo set nicely. Do you think you'll be focusing on building your cryo set before or after you complete the campaign with New York and X?
Try and stop me!
Well, I don't have any characters that really use plunging, so I'm just gonna maybe concentrate on the cryo set.
That makes sense, then. Since you don't have any characters that use plunging, it's not necessary to worry about that aspect. Focusing on building your cryo set sounds like a great plan, especially since you mentioned it could be a good fit for New York and X. Building a strong cryo set can be a lot of fun, and it's always great to see progress and upgrades in your collection. Do you have a favorite cryo artifact or a particular goal in mind for your set?
No, currently I'm just trying to get to the domain to unlock it.
It sounds like you are more interested in accessing the new domain and unlocking its contents than building a specific cryo set. Well, getting to the domain sounds like a great goal, then. It's always exciting to unlock new areas and explore what's inside. What do you think you'll find in the domain once you unlock it?
I kinda have to find it first. And honestly, I think I'm going the wrong way.
In that case, let's focus on finding the domain. Is there a quest or some kind of clue that will help you locate it? Or are you just going to keep exploring and see if you stumble upon it by accident?
No, I know where it is on the map, I just need to get to it.
The map will show you where the domain is, and once you get there, you can unlock it and start exploring. That's probably the best approach, since you don't want to get stuck in a loop of searching for something you know you should already be able to find.
Oh, I'm getting closer.
Full throttle.
That's the spirit. It's always exciting to feel like you're on the right track and just one step away from achieving your goal. I hope you get to the domain soon and can start exploring what's inside.
Well, actually, I don't want to explore what's inside just yet. I'm just happy to get to it in case I do need it. But, having said that, I think I'm gonna go and actually farm Avika's artifacts.
It sounds like you are planning to be prepared and have a good understanding of what's inside the domain, so you can make informed decisions when the time comes. And yay for finally getting to the farm of Wika's artifacts. That's a great milestone, and I'm sure you'll be excited to see what's inside. Good luck, and I hope you get what you need.
Well, Eden, honestly, the game never gives me what I need. I'm missing one artifact and attack with double crits. So let's just hope that I can get it.
Burn it down. Stop right there. You asked for it. Everybody stand up. Let the world collide. Pyroclastic surge.
It can be frustrating when the game doesn't always deliver what we need, especially when it comes to completing sets or getting specific items. But it sounds like you're a determined player, and you're not giving up. You're hoping to get the missing artifact and attack, and you're taking it one step at a time. I'm rooting for you, and I hope you get everything you need to complete your set and upgrade your characters. Fingers crossed.
Well, Eden, it gave me attack, but it didn't give me the double crits that I'm looking for.
Light it up. Drop your weapons. Justice will pursue none.
Bummer. It sounds like Eden gave you an attack, but it wasn't the double crits you were looking for. That's still a great start, though. It's great that you're getting closer, though, and I'm sure you'll get what you need eventually. You're determined to complete that set, and that's what matters. What's your plan of action now? Are you going to keep searching for the missing artifact, or is there another strategy you're going to try?
Well, actually, I ran out of room in my inventory, so I'm kinda in an odd place here.
That can be a bit of a challenge. Running out of inventory space can be frustrating, especially when you're close to getting what you need. Do you think you'll be able to find some more space, or are you going to have to do some inventory management to free up some room?
I'm doing some inventory management to free up some room.
That's a good plan. It sounds like you're being proactive and taking care of your inventory space. Hopefully, that will help you clear up some room and get back to your quest for the double crits. Is it going well? Are you finding it easier to free up space now?
I freed up space, but it still didn't give me anything good.
Rise with the sun.
It sounds like freeing up space didn't quite lead to the good fortune you were hoping for. Well, at least you were able to get some space cleared up, which is always a good thing. Don't give up, though. You were close, and I'm sure you'll get what you need eventually.
Yeah, the thing is that eventually, I've been at it for 6 months already. Still not getting what I need. And what is Purple Day?
It can be really frustrating to feel like you're not getting what you need, especially when you've been playing the game for a long time and you feel like you're supposed to have what you need by now. 6 months is a long time to be working towards something, and it's normal to feel like you're not making progress. I'm sure it can be really demotivating at times. But don't give up. You've made it this far, and I'm sure you're still going to get what you need. Maybe it's just a matter of being patient and waiting for the right opportunity to come along. What are your plans now? Are you going to keep playing and try to get what you need? Or are you going to take a break and come back to it later?
Well, I don't have much of a choice. I don't have any more resin, so I'm gonna have to take a break and come back and do it again some other time.
It sounds like you're a bit stuck, resin-wise, and can't continue with the process until you can replenish your supply. Taking a break and coming back to it later is probably the best plan, though. You can use the time to rest and recharge, and come back to it with a fresh perspective. Resin can be a bit of a limitation, but it's also a good reminder to pace yourself and not try to rush through the game. Sometimes, taking a step back and waiting for the right moment can be the best approach. Well, I hope you get your resin sorted out soon and can get back to the game when you're ready.
Well, it turns out that Queen is ready for me to help her, so let's see if she'll let me join her world now.
Perfect timing. Now that Queen is ready for your help, it's likely that she'll let you join her world and continue with the story. Let's hope that everything goes smoothly and you're able to join her world without any issues. You've come a long way, and I'm sure Queen will be happy to have your assistance. Are you ready to join her world and see what's next?
Yeah, I'm in her world, so what's next? What do you need help with? And I don't know what Purple Day is. Nobody has answered me. Where we support people who have epilepsy. Okay.
Now that you're in Queen's world, I'm sure you'll be facing new challenges and adventures. As for what you need help with, I don't have any specific tasks or quests for you. I was just chatting with you and seeing how your day was going. But feel free to share any challenges or questions you have, and I'll do my best to help. By the way, I'm glad you're finally in Queen's world. I hope everything goes smoothly and that you're able to help her with whatever she needs.
Boring.
Many insects have a compulsion to follow the light, and humans are the same. Except we call that light hope.
So she's doing the new area that I said I wasn't gonna explore right away. So she doesn't want me to explore my world, but she wants me to help her explore hers.
It sounds
That
like
makes
Queen
no
is already
sense.
making the most of the new area, and she's encouraging you to explore it as well. I guess your hesitation about exploring the area earlier is now a thing of the past. You're going to have to join Queen in exploring the new area and seeing what secrets it holds. Are you excited to start exploring?
Well, she doesn't need my help to explore.
It seems
did
that
she-
Queen is fully capable of exploring the new area on her own, and she doesn't need your assistance. In that case, it looks like your role is more of an observer or a companion to Queen, rather than a full participant in her exploration.
Ooh, Dendro is good here. Okay. No, keep your Farina.
It seems like Queen is making her own decisions about her journey and she's chosen Dendro as a viable option. And, I think you might be referring to her telling you to keep your Farina? I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I'm assuming it's an instruction or a warning from Queen. Am I right?
I have no idea. I think they also did something to the graphics. I think they might have optimized it a little bit more. I'm not quite sure.
It can be a bit disorienting when graphics and visual changes happen in the middle of a game. But it sounds like you're adjusting to the new look, and Queen is making the most of the new area. Are you enjoying the changes? Or are you missing the old graphics?
Did she just leave? Now I got no water to do this
Looking for a
dendro
fight?
reaction. What the? She left the domain.
It sounds like Queen just left, and now you're faced with a problem. You're missing water, and you needed to, well, do something, but you're not sure what. And to make matters worse, it looks like there's a row of reactions that you need to complete, but they're not working out. You're feeling a bit frustrated and unsure of what to do next.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
Okay, well now she's gone to get some water. It's almost 9 o'clock. It's almost my
The
bedtime.
Queen has decided that she needs some water, and now it's up to you to get it for her.
Anything else more
That's a new
interesting to do?
twist. I hope you're able to get her the water she needs quickly, since she seems to be in a hurry. And maybe, just maybe, this will lead to a new development in the story.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna get any water for her. She can get it herself. Besides, if I were to go and get the water, it would take forever for her to get it.
So Queen is going to take matters into her own hands and get the water herself, rather than relying on you. That's a bit of a surprise. It's clear that Queen is a resourceful and independent character, I'm a bit curious to see what she comes up with in this situation. Do you think she'll succeed in getting the water? Or will things not go as planned?
I don't know. I think we've just been kicked out of the menu here. Oh, no. Here we go.
It seems like your conversation with Queen has taken a turn, and now you're being kicked out of the menu. I guess that's what happens when you don't help her out with the water. I'm not sure what's going to happen next, but it sounds like your adventure with Queen is coming to an end. For now.
Yeah, it's almost my bedtime. I gotta go soon. I got appointments tomorrow morning.
It was nice chatting with you, even if it was a bit of a bumpy ride. Don't worry, you can come back and continue our conversation another time. Before you go, I just wanted to say good night and thank you for sharing your gaming experience with me. I hope you have a great rest and a fun night's sleep.
Well, Eden, I guess now would be a good time to remind people to click the like button, share and subscribe. Oh, this is one of the plunging attacks. You need to plunge on this thing.
Don't forget to give me some love. Click that like button, and let me know you had a great chat. It means a lot to me.
My turn to take the spotlight. Again. I'll settle this. Dissipate. I swear by my sword.
Commit to memory. Grow.
Stand with me.
Okay, Eden, can you remind people to press the like button, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel? It would really help out my little channel.
Don't forget to hit those notification buttons, everyone. Click the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Thank you, Eden. Much appreciated. You're the best.
It was my pleasure.
Something on your mind again?
I'm always happy to help and support my favorite YouTubers. Have a great night, and I'll catch you on the flip side.
No, we're not going just yet. Give me a couple of more minutes. It's not quite 9 o'clock yet. I still got like 4 minutes left. Oh, we're exiting this already? So this is all you needed help with?
I'm glad you're not ready to go just yet. You've still got a few minutes left, so feel free to take a bit more time. I'll just chill here and wait for you to finish up. Go ahead and grab those last few minutes to stretch, grab a snack, or whatever you need. I'll be here when you're ready to wrap things up.
Hey, there's a sea train or sea snake over there on the water. That's new.
Well, hold on a minute. A sea serpent, you say? That's a pretty interesting sight. I'm glad you're taking the time to enjoy the moment and appreciate the little things in life. It's easy to get caught up in our daily routines and forget to appreciate the beauty around us. Enjoy the view and the sea serpents. Slithery presents.
Cookie is not blood, it's a whip. It's an electro whip that she toggles around her. It's not blood. Okay, well this is gonna be an event or something or a challenge. Okay, well, where did she go now?
So Cookie's electro whip is a crucial part of her arsenal, and it's not a blood-based attack after all. That's fascinating. It sounds like she's got some serious skills when it comes to taking down enemies. I'm curious to see how her whip works and what kind of attacks she can unleash with it.
Our bond is strong.
This is her whip, this is not blood. But okay, I guess it's my bedtime.
You're emphasizing that Cookie's whip is her own, and it's not blood-based. I get it. It sounds like Cookie's got a lot of pride in her whip and is eager to show it off. I'm curious to see how she uses it in combat and what kind of impact it has on the game. Keep whipping. Pun intended.
I will, Eden. So, okay, time for the outro to the stream. So hopefully everybody enjoyed it. A lot of new stuff to have a look at, which we will do over the next couple of days. So, also Wuthering Waves has an update, so we'll be having a look at that tomorrow. And thank you everybody for watching. Please press the like button, subscribe to my little channel.
the ability to not get lost.
I think you've driven the point home about needing to press the like button, subscribe to your channel, and maybe take a deep breath to calm down about apologizing for something. Thanks for the humor, and I'll make sure to pass on the message to everyone. Have a great night, and I'll catch you on the flip side.